Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Johnny Alchemy. I will be doing a December 2023 reading for the sign of Libra. So if you are a Libra in your sun, moon, or rising, this reading is for you. I go through the beginning, middle, and end of the month. Look at the cards, see what they say, what messages may come through, any guidance or insight that will hopefully be hopefully useful to you just to get through the month of December itself. So let's look at some of the cards here. And this is, of course, going to be a general reading, so please be open. Not everything may resonate, but if it does, please consider hitting that like button, leaving a comment, or even subscribing so we can keep in touch for future tarot card readings. Okay, let's see here. Let's get into it. Okay. Seven of Wands right here. Starting in the beginning of the month, we have the Seven of Wands, Four of Swords reversed, and Five of Wands right here. So it almost seems like if there's anything in terms of work, competition, in terms of where you're putting your energy toward, if you're working toward a goal, whatever it may be, I just have a feeling for some of you, maybe work. See a few pentacles here as well, or even just a personal goal, whatever it is, whatever you're working toward, you're going to be met with opposition. You're going to be met with challenges. You're going to be met with the unexpected. You know, especially with this card, that's what it's talking about. It's saying that this person, if you see here, his clothes are barely on, is draped really low on him. If you actually look really close, he's missing a boot. You know, it's saying that you're met with the unexpected and you have to be ready to meet those challenges and to hold your ground, if that makes sense at all. So here it's saying, as you go through the month of December, you're going to be faced with a few challenges here, even with this Five of Wands energy, which I'll get into here. But the next card is Four of Swords reversed, saying that be careful of burnout. You know, you may be trying to push forward. You have to face those things, but also understand that everyone has a battery. Everyone has an energetic battery that we have to take care of as well. On top of pushing forward, on top of making our dreams happen, or whatever we want to happen. So here it's something where you have to really think about there. In terms of your energy levels as well as you begin this month, to not burn yourself out, because you're going to put yourself in a worse position than you would be. And if you just took care of yourself and took some time for yourself just to recoup, relax, and to really process a lot of things too. Again, the Four of Swords, talking about the mind, the logical mind. It needs time to process things. If we're always on the run, if we're always busy, it doesn't have time to sit and just process and make sense of things. So that's something to consider as well. With that Seven of Wands, we got the Five of Wands also, talking about competition, probably working with, if you're in any type of situation where you're working with a lot of people at work, or if you're doing any type of side project, if there's a lot of people that you're working with and it could be a tense environment or even just a draining environment at all, keep that in mind as well, because all of that affects your energy levels, of course, as I said before. And just to really understand how to navigate that as well. Sometimes you just have to delegate and be diplomatic about those certain situations where you just want everyone to be heard. Everyone may be shouting, everyone might be fighting for attention, and there might be a lot of competition for things, but at the end of the day, everyone just wants to be heard and acknowledged. And to understand that, if you can provide that for them, that's awesome if you are in that leadership position. And then afterwards, to hopefully let it go and let everyone have their peace now that everyone is acknowledged. So here I see a lot of energy being put out. For any of you Libras out here that this may resonate with that Seven of Wands, the Five of Wands, I get a lot of things with work. If you're in a very hectic work environment, a very high intensity, requires a lot of energy type of environment, that's something to consider as well. Just be careful of burnout. That's ultimately the thing I think that is in the middle of all this for the first of the month. Don't burn yourself out, because understand that a job's a job. You know, it's not our meaning, it's not our purpose for some of us. You know, I'm sure there are people who are able to merge their career with their life purpose, which is beautiful. But for some of us out there who are not in that boat, understand that you don't have to overextend yourself all the time. There's no need for that all the time, because no one can do that all the time. Learn to pull back and to reel it in a little bit and to process things so that you're able to fight the next fight with enough energy and enough vigor as you would normally. Here, as we move on to the middle of the month right here, I almost see as you're willing to almost like start something new in a certain way. I have a feeling the job that you may have right now, or the situation, whatever you're putting all your energy into, whether it be a job or a side hustle or some type of project, or working with a lot of people, I feel like wherever you're working with a lot of people, it almost seems like you want to go it out on your own, or like try something new, or even just try something really actually just try something new on your own, away from all the drama. I see there's a lot of drama, a lot of conflict in those cards that's really just very draining to your mind. So here it's almost just trying to take everything that you've learned, all those wands, the 5 and the 7, and just take the one single wand that means the most to you. You know, the thing that you've learned the most, that's helped you grow the most, the thing that was the most unexpected thing. And you learn and you grow with it and you move on with it. And you take it and run in a certain sense. Because here I see the 2 of Pentacles right here in the reverse. It's almost saying that you want, there's a decision that you want to make in a certain sense. This decision may be financial, maybe with that job or career that you're, or anything along those lines, or a business even, side hustle, as I said before. Anything along those lines that make you money, that you may want to further pursue. Maybe on top of the job you're working at right now, or maybe just taking a full deep dive into it. I'm not sure. But there's something here telling me that that there's a certain situation that stresses you out and you're willing to leave that situation for something that means a lot more to you, that's something more meaningful. And especially with the 2 of Pentacles, it could be something with a new job, business, opportunity, etc. But now I see here in the middle of the month is kind of nice, because you got the Chariot right after that. It's almost as if I see this story where it's like you have all this competition, all these things coming at you, and you decide to walk away, and now you just get in your car and drive away and say, I'm done with this, almost. With the Chariot card, I almost see like they're all about having a vision and knowing where they're going immediately. There is no other question. There is no other destination. This is a very direct card. So here in this card, it almost says you've probably made this choice a million times before in your mind. You know, I have a feeling with this 4 of Swords energy reverse, it's something you probably thought about in your nighttime sleeping, thought about in your dreams, thought about in your deep subconscious mind even. Saying that this is something that really calls to you, that is drawn to you, that is just draws you to it. So it's like you're willing to answer that call in a certain sense. You're willing to answer that desire and to move forward to figure it out. And I didn't even realize, as I said before, answering that call, Judgment card right here. Again, 2 major arcanas, and I love it. It's saying here that with the Judgment card, the universe is calling you. It's calling you to leave all this drama, all this conflict, all these things that just drain you in a certain sense, and it's asking you to move forward in your life toward whatever direction that is that you feel in your soul. So that Judgment card is asking you to answer that true calling that you feel in your heart and in your being, really. And it feels like you trust in that enough. With that Chariot card and Judgment, you're running toward that trumpet. You're running toward the call of the universe, which is beautiful, and I love that so much. So here we're talking about the Knight of Pentacles right after that. I have a feeling something with this, something by answering that call is able to help you. Again, this falls right underneath that 2 of Pentacles right here. Almost feels like it's a call that almost helps you with your home life in a certain sense. By answering this call, it's going to help you in your domestic life, your home life, whatever that may be. But that is where you're going to see the return, where you'll have a peaceful home, a renovation of some kind, even maybe moving to a new place, or a relocation of some kind. Again, with that Chariot card, you could be relocating places, and that could kind of make sense if there's a dramatic situation that you have and you want to get away from, maybe making a new business decision with that 2 of Pentacles. And then you got the Knight of Pentacles saying, I'm picking up and moving somewhere else. So for some of you out there, if this resonates, this is saying that you are called to move somewhere else in a certain way. And if it's something that you've really, really, really dreamed and felt about, did your research on down to the T, that you are just willing to take the chance on, it could be worth it for you. Honestly, it really could be. And then finally, we have the Sun card here reversed. So here, the Sun card reversed, it's nothing bad. Obviously, the Sun card is such a very powerful card. It still has very good meanings in the reverse, but it's just saying here, it's going to be beautiful, you know, by doing this, by somehow making this decision that will ultimately help your domestic and home life. It will be wonderful. Of course, there are always going to be, there's always going to be challenges, as I've always said. Very reflective of that 7 right there. And as I said before, we're always faced with challenges in life. But don't let that overshadow exactly what the sun is, you know? Don't let those few clouds that pass over it make you think it's a cloudy day. You know, it's the sun. It's here. It's to say that that is something to be celebrated. It's something that you can bask in and just feel joy and comfort and warmth in. So here it's saying that even though there may be some growing pains by making big decisions in your life, by pursuing something that you want, there will be growing pains to it. And don't let that overshadow exactly what the big purpose is, the bigger picture, the big fulfillment you should be feeling from all of this. So here, that's something to really think about in terms of that. I really see something here with work or business and leaving their situation where it's very stressful and finding some place that really gives you some type of peace and happiness from it. So that's kind of what I see for the general overall month. But let's move on to some other cards to see some messages from the universe as well. See what else we got. Yep. Okay, cool. Yep. Oh yeah, okay, got it, okay. So, oh yeah, so this comes up, okay, we got the 9 of Swords right here, despair and cruelty. So there's something here that says 7 of Wands, that 5 of Wands, that first beginning energy of the month of December. Again, there's just something so stressful. And again, very reflective here of sleep, maybe lack of sleep, not getting enough sleep, maybe being up and being like tormented in your sleep with horrible dreams, or being awoken to just like horrible situations that you just play over in your head, one or the other. But there's some very stressful situation that I think you already know. With both of these cards, you already know the toll it takes on you. And you already know what decision you have to make, judging by those cards from the middle and end of the month. So you already know if it's stressful to you. I think this is also saying that it is, and it's not worth staying anymore. Despair and cruelty, that's tough. Who would want to be in that type of situation? So there's something that is truly draining you, and you're forced to put so much energy in competition and face so much adversity in. It's not worth it. Life has so much more. Life has so much more to offer than just things like that. And so as we move on, we got the Princess of Pentacles. Here, again, here with that 2 of Pentacles, landing on the same row as well. There's something here that says job, that says business, that says some type of side hustle. Again, there's something here where if you take on the decision to change whatever jobs, location, whatever it is, that you'll be starting anew with a fresh perspective. So here it's asking you to almost be reborn and just try something new. Make a choice where you're going to try something new. That Princess of Pentacles is again familiar to the Page of Pentacles, where they are the students, so they're willing to relearn things, look at things from new perspectives, etc. So if that's what is needed to give you a peace of mind where you don't feel cruelty or despair anymore, I would say that's worth it. And finally, we got the Ace of Wands right here again. Similar to that sun card, as you can see, you can almost see the sun breaking through the clouds right up there. Again, through the clouds. What I say before, don't let the clouds fool you into thinking it's a cloudy day. The sun is always there regardless. So here is asking you with that Ace of Wands, by taking that journey with the Chariot and Judgment, by answering that call that you know deep within you to be your truth, your light, by doing so, you're taking a chance and starting a new journey, reigniting a new fire and a new light inside of yourself. And by doing so, it illuminates everything in your life. It helps you glow. It helps you be radiant. It helps release and purge a lot of the despair and cruelty you may be feeling, all the stress you might be feeling, for those of you that this resonates with. So here, that fire is to purge you and also to radiate you and to lighten you up a little bit, to make you feel invigorated from life instead of feeling downtrodden or being heavy by it. So here, there's something to think about with that. Ace of Wands, talking about if you are talking about relocation or moving somewhere or something like that, the Ace of Wands says, you know, is starting anew. Same thing as the Princess of Pentacles, starting anew all over again, and it's saying that that's something that will light something within you. So let's move on. Oof, yeah, Again, okay. It's funny when some of these cards pop up all over. So here, this is like, this says waiting, you know, for this happened on this is on the same row as the beginning of month energy. This is very much this type of energy. That Nine of Swords, that Four of Swords, talking about solitude, sanctuary. It's like you're almost waiting for the correct moment to act, or like waiting for a breaking point, if that makes sense. You know, with all of this stress and all this other stuff with that Seven and Five of Wands, it's almost saying that you're just waiting for the moment or waiting for the reason to leave, you know? So there's something here. Maybe it's something that is strategic to you. Maybe it's in your situation where you know that now is not the right time to leave and there is a better option, that you're just waiting it out, kind of. Or on the opposite, if you're waiting for that straw to break the camel's back, just be careful. Again, don't push yourself further than you have to. Again, trust in the universe's call to you. Trust in moving and having faith in that. Because again, you already know. You already know the answer. Now we got the next word, gratitude. Here, I have a feeling that, number one, people can have very stressful situations. People can lose sleep over them. They can feel despair and cruelty to some extent, you know. But there's something here where I have a feeling that you don't see this as woe is me. You know what I mean? I have a feeling that whatever situation that is stressful to you right now, you understand that it is what it is, you know, and you're still grateful for the things that you've learned from it and the lessons that you learned from it. Sometimes knowing what we don't want in life is still a great lesson to learn. That's still something to be grateful for. So there's something here that says, with gratitude, I have a feeling like for some of you out there, I don't see any cards here that show misery other than just like what you may go through at nighttime. But who doesn't, you know, when they're alone with their thoughts sometimes, you know? But there's nothing here that's telling me that, you know, that you're ungrateful or that you want to be stuck in this. If anything, it's telling me you are very sure you want to move on. And you're trying to move on as graceful as possible, and that means having gratitude. So for those of you who may struggle with that, understand that, again, you know, there are some things out there, just by knowing what you don't want is still a great lesson, because you know that you will never pursue it again. And for those of you who have that gratitude, understand you're doing it correctly. Life throws some really hard things in our path, and we sometimes have to take it with grace and gratitude and understand it was there to teach us something. So take the lessons, leave the pain, that type of deal. Finally, power. Again, very powerful cards toward the end of the month right here. You got the Sun, you got the Ace of Wands, you got the Judgment card. Again, this is all meant to bring you into your power. When the universe is calling you with that Judgment card, it's calling you back to your inner self, to your most true self completely. So there is asking you to find your power, rediscover your power once more, and learn how to stand in it. And be like that light. As I said, with the Ace of Wands, with the Sun, be the light, be that power, learn to stand in it. So here, this is kind of what I see for the month of December 2023 for all of you wonderful Libras out there. I hope that some of this resonated with some of you. There is for those of you that it did, I feel like there's a big transfer, like a big change coming here for some of you. And there's a leaving past situations that have now become stressful and moving on, and even literally moving on, maybe for some of you, to new places, greener pastures that actually make you a lot more happier and a lot more less stressed, and you feel less despair and cruelty, to be dramatic, you know, all of those wonderful things. So I think you know exactly, for a lot of you, I just have a feeling that you just know exactly what you're going through. And you know exactly what needs to be done. I have a feeling, if anything, this reading for some of you is just a reaffirmation of that, knowing I got to get out of the situation and it's going to happen. I have an idea where. It's just a time of when. Again, that waiting card, but it's happening. And I think this is, for many of you out there who this resonates with, I think this is just a reaffirmation of that. So I think with this, you know what you're doing, Libra. I think, yeah, you know what you're doing. So here, I just wish you the best for December 2023. And honestly, if you move on to somewhere else, that's a great way to start 2024 in someplace brand new, a clean slate, for you just to explore and to live life in a much different way, and to in a place, again, in your power, and grateful for everything that you've been through. So thank you again for watching. If you like this video, or rather if this resonated with you, feel free to like this video. Leave a comment if anything did resonate. Would love to hear what hit for you guys. And also consider subscribing, because I would love to keep in touch for future tarot card readings. And I think that's all, guys. So thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.